I'm Julianna Forlano. Again, here are the progressive news headlines for Tuesday, July 21st. Progressives are pushing Democratic congressional leaders to forcefully oppose the Senate GOP's coronavirus stimulus legislation after new reporting on Monday revealed the package is likely to include a huge payroll tax cut, a reduction in enhanced unemployment payments, conditions on school funding, and a little aid to state and local governments. Very little. Very, very little. Care in Action, Community Change Action, Indivisible, Move On, and Greenpeace all said in a joint statement on Monday after weeks of sitting on their hands and going on vacation. I'm just adding that. And doing nothing while infections and deaths rise and tens of millions of people fear an imminent economic catastrophe. The reported plan Senate Republicans put out today would be laughable if it wasn't outright shameful and harmful. The action they're asking you to take is to contact Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer and House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and demand that they reject this plan outright. Again, contact Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer and House Speaker Nancy Pelosi to demand that they reject this plan basically on its face and not give in again to something just because they're going to give a little money to the hungry. We don't want the Democrats to do that. We want a real plan. It's very important. Oh, I slipped up and I said Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer. I guess I'm having hopeful thinking that there will be a Democrat majority leader in the Senate after November. Let's hope. The progressive community is mourning, as I said earlier, the sudden passing of 37-year-old talk show host and author Michael Brooks, whose incisive political commentary, humor, and passionate commitment to building a more just and equal world through international solidarity made him a cherished voice on the left. The Majority Report, the daily progressive talk show that Brooks co-hosted, said in a statement, Michael believed in bringing people together in the struggle for love and justice, fighting for all poor and working people, a struggle that he understood to be global. News of Brooks' death was met with an outpouring of tributes from his close friends and countless others who were influenced by his historically grounded and insightful analysis of U.S. and global affairs. He will be missed in our circles. A trio of environmental groups filed a suit in federal court late last week to force West Virginia's Department of Environmental Protection to maintain a fund to clean up pollution left by abandoned coal mines. What a great idea. The lawsuit aims to head off an anticipated collapse of the Special Reclamation Fund. That's according to Cindy Rank, the chair of the mining committee with West Virginia Highlands Conservancy, one of the groups involved in the lawsuit. She said that communities around closed mines are going to suffer because the fund doesn't have enough money to meet the existing needs there, let alone potential reclamation costs of other operators now facing bankruptcy. We need to support Paula Jean Swearengen for U.S. Senate, who is campaigning to end the disastrous impact of the coal industry on West Virginia. We had her here on our program here on ACT.tv. I think it was about maybe a week or 2 weeks ago. It was within the last, little while. So if you missed that interview, definitely go on our YouTube page, Google Paula Jean Swearengen and Julianna Forlano, and it will come up. A very important interview with her, and you can get a sense of her and just really how important it would be to Democrats to have Swearengen, a Democrat, as a U.S. Senator from West Virginia. I just really think signs, when we have a Democratic senator from West Virginia, signs are pointing to a different America. So hopefully she will win and we can support her. Dozens of mothers from across Portland, Oregon, joined demonstrators over the weekend to form a wall of moms. Demonstrators are angered over the arrival of federal agents in Portland, Oregon, where racial justice protests have been ongoing for nearly 2 months. The human shield was formed by the mothers to protect hundreds of demonstrators assembling in the city who, in the past week, have faced attacks and arrests from federal agents under the direction of the Department of Homeland Security. Those units arrived last week uninvited and unwelcomed by city and state officials, and agents have been filmed pulling protesters into unmarked vehicles, as well as tear gassing crowds. Donald Trump is now saying that he's going to send these same federal troops into New York City, into our other big cities, all blue cities, by the way. No federal troops are going to, say, Phoenix, maybe to help them with, dealing with the coronavirus, which is what they need. McCore on our Twitch page says the wall of moms was one of the more surprising developments, and the secret police didn't hesitate to send flashbacks in the direction of visibly pregnant women. New low. Thank you, McCore. This is it's very disturbing. Representatives Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Eleanor Holmes Norton announced Monday they're introducing a bill this week requiring federal law enforcement officials to wear ID when on duty serving the public. I can't believe this is one of those things where, like, you're just supposed to do that. Now we have to have a federal law. It's disgusting. Federal agents are expected to head to cities around the country over the next few weeks, after we were just discussing a deployment that would follow at least a week of operations in Portland, where they're just guinea pigging everyone as part of what was widely seen as the rollout for the more intense nationwide effort. AOC said in a statement, secret police snatching Americans off the street corners and shooting rubber bullets at peaceful and sometimes pregnant demonstrators is something we should expect to see in an authoritarian state. This bill will increase accountability and oversight for law enforcement. Call your congressperson and tell them to support AOC and Eleanor Holmes Norton's bill, that you do not support law enforcement that can violate Americans' First Amendment rights with complete anonymity. I saw a very funny post on ActTV's Facebook page, not tooting our own horn, but I am kind of a little, that said, where's the NRA? Weren't they supposed to rise up against, the authority of the state? Where are the NRA members? How come they are not rising up to protect protesters from the authoritarian, the march of authoritarianism coming down on them? I'm shocked that didn't happen. Maybe they're resting with their feet up. Or maybe they're just joining the police so that they can do the crushing. Here's a question. Is there any evidence that Betsy DeVos's brother, who I believe is the head of Blackwater, the mercenary, I think they changed the name. It's not Blackwater anymore, since everyone knew what Blackwater was during the Bush administration and decided Blackwater equals bad. Just like when Monsanto, teamed up with Bayer and they decided to call themselves Bayer, because everybody knows Monsanto bad, Bayer make aspirin good. Most people don't know that Bayer is also involved in shady business. But this is a question I have. The question I have is, are the people from what was formerly known as Blackwater the ones who are coming in, these private mercenary armies? Does anybody know anything about that? McCore, thank you very much. It's called Academy now. Ooh, it sounds chilling. Okay, Blackwater call Academy. NRA is really the police. KB Sound Tech. Thanks for everyone's comments on Twitch. I appreciate it. I do read all the comments if you're watching on YouTube, so make sure to put them down there. And you don't need to say, your hair is curly. I already know that. Thank you very much. Teachers in Florida, where coronavirus cases continue to surge, by the way, filed a lawsuit on Monday to block state-ordered physical reopening of schools in August, saying there is no rational basis for ignoring the science and evidence-based data. Hello. The lawsuit, filed by the Florida Education Association, names as defendants Governor Ron DeSantis, Education Commissioner Richard Corcoran, the Florida Department of Education, the Florida State Board of Education, and Miami-Dade County Mayor Carlos Gimenez. The educators say the cohort cannot legally deny students, a public school staff and their family members, and the public with whom they come into contact within the public school system their basic human needs for health and safety. So, the public school teachers have been very effective with their walkouts over the past couple of years. So let's hope that they continue to be effective with that. Alana if you're listening, let's try to get someone from the Florida Teachers Association, from the union down there, to come on the show and talk about this. This is very important. Alana says, yes, definitely. We're doing that. So that will be very exciting. Alana Levinson keeps the show going here. She is the associate producer of our program, and she really kills it, by the way. Let's hope the parents don't turn against the teachers over this, McCoy. Yes, and sometimes the parents are the teachers. I don't understand why we can't have public school that is still funded by the government that it also keeps people safe. I mean, it's possible. That's what I see. Remember the one-room schoolhouse? You can have 10 kids in a big room, one teacher, same kids, same teacher all day long. Sure, it'll be boring just like it was back in the beginning of the 19th century, but at least it'll be a little bit safer. Same 10 kids. That's kind of a quarantining together thing. That's my plan. I'm sure you all have good ideas as well. Thanks for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to our channel. We bring you these progressive headlines with a little bit of editorial commenting by this person, me, every Monday through Thursday. And we bring other editorial commenting, interviews, all kinds of progressive stuff to you every single day of the week. So please, subscribe and tell your friends if you're watching on YouTube.